put him in flashlight mode, Eldora. There's going to be time for pictures, I promise, but for this lap, let's shine the light on the stars and cars of the 49th Annual World 100. Oh, it looks cool on the drone. Let's go. Put them in flashlight mode, Eldora. Look how awesome that looks. The most famous trophy in all of racing. On the line in the biggest dirt race in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the starting lineup for the 49th World 100, and it's coming at you 4 wide. Caution lights are turned out, and the 49th World 100 is going green.
Two former winners on the front row. They dive into one Blankenship. Bobby Pierce up top. Here comes Pierce down the back straightaway for the lead into turn 3. They're side by side briefly. Out of turn 1. Who's going to lead lap 1 in the 49th World 100, Dustin Jarrett?
Side by side off turn number 4. Bobby Pierce leads lap number 1. John Blankenship going to knock back down to the inside. They stay side by side for the lead, side by side for third as well. Pierce inches ahead down the back straightaway. Here comes Blankenship back down to the bottom. James up front at the end of lap number 2. It's still Pierce your leader.
Blankenship second, Ziegler third, fourth is McDowell, fifth runs Hudson O'Neal, sixth is Ricky Weiss. Bobby Pierce, the winner here in 2016, and 19 years old. He's 22 as he dives into turn 3. Out of 4, the Oakwood, Illinois driver, second generation pilot into turn 1.
Bobby Pierce out front, Blankenship second, Mason Ziegler third. Ziegler seeking his first ever World 100. Dale McDowell fourth and Ricky Weiss fifth. Hudson O'Neal settled in at sixth. Davenport seventh. Babb eighth. Kyle Bronson ninth. Stormy Scott 10th. That is how they run 4 laps complete. Here comes Davenport down to the inside of Hudson O'Neal. Move JD up to 6th. That's a wheel-to-wheel battle for that third spot as McDowell, Ziegler, and the 49 of Davenport and Weiss all right there together. Look at that, 4 cars. Throw them underneath the blanket. Third, fourth, fifth, and sixth all right there. And the leader cam on Pierce in the upper left-hand part of your screen.
Bobby Pierce down the main straightaway already to turn number 1. There is second place. John Blankenship hanging right in there in 23. Ziegler, McDowell, Davenport, Ricky Weiss. Owens has gotten around Hudson O'Neal. Shannon Babb remains in 9th. Kyle Bronson, your top 10 right now, DJ.
That's how they run this time by 18 laps. Going up on the scoreboard, 82 laps to go. Bobby Pierce back out to a 2.4 second advantage over John Blankenship. He's got lap traffic side by side in front of him as we keep it glued again to this phenomenal battle for third, fourth, fifth, sixth on back. Again, Ziegler in 25Z, McDowell in the 17M, Davenport in the 49, Weiss in the 7. They're all right there together, putting on a good show. That does not change this time by Davenport in that 6-pack throwback. The Brewster Baker 49 down to the inside of Blankenship. They're wheel-to-wheel for the runner-up spot. JD in 49, Blankenship in 23.
Yeah, JD's got it rolling. A pair of Longhorns there, Blankenship and Davenport. Out at turn number 2, they go side by side. Down the back straightaway down to 3, and Blankenship back ahead of him. Meanwhile, McDowell will close on him. Here comes Ricky Weiss in 7. And then Jimmy Owens runs in 6, but right there, a good battle. Davenport and Blankenship, nice race there.
That's a good race side by side for that second spot. And there's a look back at the 25Z of Ziegler and the 7 of Weiss. Weiss is able to go by Mason Ziegler and take that 4th spot away. Ziegler trying to battle back on the outside. Wheel to wheel again for 4th. Weiss in 7 will take it over Ziegler in 25Z. 26 laps scored.
Bobby Pierce cannot get by Darrell Lanigan. He does, and then Lanigan gets him back. Meanwhile, in front of those cars is the 72 of Norris. This time Pierce may have him cleared into turn 1. Bobby up against the wall, and he'll clear the black 29 down the back straightaway.
Man, I feel like he's running that very outside of the racetrack very early, or a lot earlier than what he usually does. that 32 car hang on for another 70 laps. 30 down, 70 go this time by Jonathan Davenport. Trouble down in turns 1 and 2 as Chase Younghans goes around, and the first caution flag of the race is flying. Bobby Pierce, Jonathan Davenport, and John Blankenship bring him back to the green.
Davenport, he almost got into the clip the wall there coming out of 4. Davenport into 1. Bobby Pierce, that preferred line up top out at turn number 2. He'll take the momentum back to the front. Davenport trying to hang right with him. Blankenship third. And Shannon Babb. Here comes 18. Shannon Babb to the outside. And almost got around Blankenship. That was close. Good race.
Shannon Babb started 10th. He was briefly going for 3rd. He now finds himself back in 5th. Pierce leads. Davenport is 2nd. Blankenship 3rd. As Brian Shirley still slowing. Got back out on the racetrack, but he's slow near the end of the front straightaway. And his World 100 may be finished as he pulls to the infield.
Jimmy Owens and Blankenship. That's the battle for 3rd now. And Jimmy Owens and Blankenship. And here comes Shannon Babb now close by. And Ricky Weiss will follow down the back straightaway. Jimmy Owens and John Blankenship side by side. Now Owens will forge into 3rd. Owens 12th to 3rd here in the first 33 laps.
On back through the field, Chris Madden. I thought he had a problem on his race car. He lost 3 or 4 positions coming off turn number 2. He's able to gather it back up. Though, as we take a look at this wild battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th between Blankenship, Weiss, and Babb. Meanwhile, at the front of the field, Bobby Pierce is your race leader, 35 laps down.
And R.J. Conley goes to the top, and that's going to halt 32's momentum into turn number 1. Always the driver running in 2nd and 3rd has the advantage as they come out of 2. Pierce is down. He has trouble again with R.J. He cannot get around the 71C, and here comes Jimmy Owens, and here comes Jonathan Davenport, and Ricky Weiss is closing on the top 3.
Well, Pierce has a good run this time on the outside of the racetrack. Still can't get by that 71 of R.J. Conley. Davenport going to pull down to the inside, wheel to wheel for the race lead. Pierce with another monster run off turn number 2.
Pierce's car cannot turn to the bottom there to get to the inside of the 71C. He has to be a little patient here because the top 4 are about to be on the same straightaway. Dustin Jarrett in the World 100.
Oh, man, Davenport almost had him. It was Pierce by 3/1000ths of a second. That time by at the line, and they're side by side up front for the lead on lap 46 of the World 100. Bobby Pierce in 32. Jonathan Davenport in 49, going at it tooth and nail through lap traffic. That time by at the straight. Pierce once again out front.
Here comes Jimmy Owens and Ricky Weiss side by side for the lead out of 2. They cannot clear R.J. Conley. Somebody's going to have to make a move on the 71C. Davenport down low. Pierce up top. Conley in the middle up at turn 4. Will we have a new leader? And at the line, yes.
Jonathan Davenport, your leader on lap number 48 as he tries to go to the inside of R.J. Conley. Bobby Pierce still going to battle back to the outside and retake the race lead.
And Ricky Weiss has moved to 3rd. Ricky Weiss around Jimmy Owens. Ricky Weiss and Jimmy Owens, here they come. They're hooking up down the main straightaway, and here comes Blankenship. He's 5th. Buckingham up to 6th.
So Bobby Pierce takes the lead back on lap 49. He led laps 1 through 47. Jonathan Davenport officially led lap 48. Pierce back out front right now on lap 49. Cross flag shown to the field. We're halfway home in the World 100.
JD to the bottom behind Chris Ferguson. Drifts up the track. DJ, can Pierce get around him?
Man, they are tiptoeing around that high side, walking on eggshells. When Pierce hits it right, he's able to power off the corners and put a couple car lengths between Davenport, but right there, when he doesn't hit it right, that allows Davenport to close in. JD will pull the 49 alongside. Pierce, though, with more momentum up top, he's able to power back ahead down the front stretch. 59 laps complete, 41 to go.
Davenport on the bottom. Will he retake the lead at the line, DJ?
Yes, he does. Jonathan Davenport back out front. He led lap number 48 and check him off as the leader on lap number 62. Pierce, though, goes back by in 1 and 2.
Here comes 7. Ricky Weiss right there. Out at turn 4 now. Davenport, they're going to have to clear the car of Shane Clanton into 1. Pierce does so. Davenport up top. Ricky Weiss on the bottom for 2nd place. DJ on a turn number 2. He may have him.
He cleared Davenport. Davenport, though, going to cross him back over down the back straightaway. Good battle right there for the 2nd spot through lap traffic. Weiss in 7, going to try to power back to the outside. He's got 2nd that time at the line.
36 to go. Bobby Pierce out at 2. Ricky Weiss. Now they got to clear the 25 of Shane Clanton. Ricky Weiss on the outside. He will. Ricky Weiss now a contender for the win. As they come out of turn number 4, Bobby Pierce Bang the wall that time. Is it getting a little tedious up there? Is he feeling the heat, Dustin?
Ooh, he just slapped the wall again down in turns 1 and 2, and there's still 35 laps to go in this one. Can he hang on? I tell you, Weiss is charging hard, James. Look at that. Look at him close the gap on Bobby Pierce in turns 3 and 4. Pierce trying to hold on up top. Weiss is right there looking to the inside, side by side for the race lead.
He tried to slide up the track. Pierce was there. Here comes Davenport back in the JD has a run. Boy, he gets a great run on the back straightaway. The top 3 separated. Here comes Davenport back on the bottom. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me, Dustin Jarrett? For the World 103 car battle, they're almost 3 wide.
Jonathan Davenport from 3rd to 1st in 1 lap. He just took the lead back away on lap 67. Pierce battling back to the outside.
Oh my goodness. They are going at it. Here comes Weiss. Here comes Pierce on the bottom. JD out of 4 down the straightaway. Right there, throw a blanket over the top 3 with 32 to go for 49.
Jonathan Davenport back out front, Pierce 2nd, Weiss 3rd, all 3 of them right there together. Davenport has not led 2 consecutive laps in this race until right now, and he's trying to stretch out his advantage. 69 laps scored, 31 to go.
And Ricky Weiss is taking 2nd, Weiss around Pierce. Right now, Davenport out of turn number 2. Around the former Dirt Late Model Dream winner Dennis Erb Jr., Ricky Weiss, several car lengths behind now in 2nd. And Bobby Pierce is, and Jimmy Owens is right now up there in the 4th spot. Then Madden is 6th, or 5th rather. And Chris Madden's got one of the fastest cars on the racetrack, DJ. You know he's hoping for a caution here. 17 to go.
Chris Madden, that time by is just, oh, trouble. Pierce in the wall in turns 1 and 2, and he gets turbo, and the caution flag is out with 17 laps to go in the World 100. When the field hustles up to the Sunoco restart zone, green flags out, we're underway.
Weiss into 1, Blake Davenport will have it. Ricky Weiss up top, he'll diamond off the corner to turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Here comes Madden Owens, Jimmy Owens in 20. And now Madden on the bottom. Here comes Chris Madden in the 0 in there side by side with Jimmy Owens at the line. That's close.
Stormy Scott right there as well. That's your top 5. 16 laps to go in the World 100. Davenport able to pull away just a little bit. Still wheel to wheel right there for that 3rd spot. Owens in 20. Madden in the M. Here comes Stormy Scott in the 2S. Is there an upset brewing in Rosberg?
Here comes Stormy on the bottom on that wall. He's going to take a spot from Madden. Stormy Scott up to 4th in the 2S in his very first World 100. Madden will go back to the outside. The pair of Bloomquist cars battle out behind the Longhorn of your leader, the Bloomquist in 2nd, the Rocket of Owens in 3rd. 7 to go. Davenport trying to stretch it out of Owens, but a terrific battle for 3rd on back. Bloomquist and Chad Simpson, they go side by side for position. Here comes Scott on the bottom of Weiss and Madden.
Man, I tell you what, Stormy Scott's really, really good down at turns 3 and 4. He's a decent or as good as anyone down at turns 1 and 2, but that car really good on the bottom in turns 3 and 4. Up at the front of the field, though, James, Jonathan Davenport is not pulling away from Jimmy Owens. 5 laps to go in the World 100.
Man, that battle for 3rd on back. Ricky Weiss, Stormy Scott, Chris Madden, Scott Bloomquist, Chad Simpson. Jimmy Owens down the back straightaway. Does he have anything left in that Ramirez Motorsports Rocket? He's creeping ever so close, but we're running out of time. 4 to go for your leader, Jonathan Davenport. And here comes Owens, DJ. That last lap, what was it?
Just about identical lap times, a 1.4 second advantage for Jonathan Davenport. Davenport has found a groove to his liking, and Owens is just simply unable to close in. Again, Davenport not really pulling away. Owens not really closing in as well, though. 3 laps to go. This time by for your race leader, Jonathan Davenport, looking to put that 6-pack throwback Brewster Baker 49 in victory lane for the 3rd time in the World 100.
Ricky Weiss runs in 3rd, Stormy Scott 4th. 5th is Chris Madden, 6th is Scott Bloomquist, 7th is Chad Simpson, 8th Dale McDowell, Tim McCready is 9th, Buckingham back to 10th. Buckingham had a good run going early on, but right now a good run for the 49, and he can just cruise here as he goes to the white flag, Dustin.
White flag in the air, final time around for Jonathan Davenport. He won the World 100 in 2015. He won the World 100 in 2017. And in the 49th running of the biggest dirt race in the world, car 49 will do it. Jonathan Davenport wins his 3rd World 100.
Your winner, Superman Jonathan Davenport. Reaches in, grabs the steering wheel on top of the race car. Let him hear it, race fans, your feature winner. He throws the steering wheel. That's a twist on it right there, JD, as he is going to go hug the globe like he did back in 2015 when he won it for the first time. A 3-time World 100 champion. How do you feel right now?
I can't even feel my arms and my fingers right now. I didn't have power steering from lap 30. It's I almost pulled in, and then Ricky got to me, and I found me a line where I could use the brake pedal to turn left, and as long as I could counter steer just a little bit, I was okay. I could just kind of hold it on the right side of the steering wheel with both my arms. But the hardest part was under caution there, trying to keep it straight. Man, I tell you what, this is amazing. We took off there, and I didn't fire very good at all, and I was really loose, and I thought I was in trouble. But I just stayed really patient, just let my tire come to me. And before that first, after that long green run, it almost felt like it was rubber. This thing was stuck to the earth so much. But I tell you what, just got to thank all these fans for coming out. This place, I love this place. Thank you, Tony Stewart, for doing what you have. Of course, thanks to Earl and all the Bosses family for everything they've done here. This is an amazing place to come to.